Hello and welcome to This Fun Thing, a weekly devotion brought to you from First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale. My name is Chandler Gelb, and I am the Director of Youth and College Ministries here at First Pres. And this week is Holy Week. Just this past Sunday was Palm Sunday, and we have entered into probably the most important week in our spiritual faith that we have every year. And so when I was entering into the service on Sunday, we have a couple youth who work in the back in our AV unit. And one of our students was like, Chandler, real quick, Palm Sunday is the one where we have like the pom-poms that we wave and Jesus comes in on the donkey, right? I said, yeah, that is like the most basic gist of what that Sunday is about, that Jesus is finally entering in Jerusalem. And she asked me this question that I had to stop and really try to come up with the best possible answer, because middle schoolers ask the best questions at almost the worst times. Right before the service is starting, she goes, Chandler, did Jesus know what was going to happen when he entered Jerusalem? I said, yeah, he did actually. He knew that this was what was going to happen. In just a couple days, he would be entering into his last days here on earth. And she goes, well, then why did he go? And it was a really honest question from a middle schooler who's probably known that they've had to do something before and really don't want to do it, and kind of go, well, maybe if I don't show up, or if I pretend like it's not going to happen, then I don't have to deal with it. And I'm sure we've all been there. I certainly have been there. And I sat there, I was like, girlfriend, we have the service that is about to start, and this is a really heavy question. And I said, the most basic boiled down answer that I can give you is because Jesus loves us, and it was the only option. He knew it needed to be done. And she went, well, I mean, couldn't he have just like lived a couple more years and changed some more lives before he came and decided to do this? I went, I don't know. I wish I knew. But all I know is that he really loved us and knew that this is what needed to happen. And she went, I don't understand. I went, you know what? Neither do I. And I've spent the last 3 months teaching confirmation, where we go through the cornerstones of our faith. And the resurrection is one that all of us get stumped on. I know logically that Jesus loved us, that God loved us, so he sent his only son. But when I start to really think about it, it like makes me almost cry, because I don't understand. I don't understand how someone who is perfect, who lived a perfect life, would be willing to suffer for us. I don't understand it, and I'm thankful that I don't have to understand it to believe it. I'm thankful that I don't have to understand it to make it true. I joke with the kids that there are other things that I don't understand that I fully trust. I don't really understand, it sounds funny, the way boats work. I mean, I've had it explained to me, but I don't get how, like, especially like cruise ships, how they're huge and giant and how they peacefully float. I am not a math person, and I really don't understand a lot of calculus, but I still trust that it works. There are plenty of things in our lives that we do not understand, but that we trust in it. And while I really don't understand how God could give up his son for us to save us, who lived a perfect life, who would be willing to die in such a difficult and painful way for us, for people who couldn't get it right, and yet he did, I'm super thankful that even though I don't understand it, I know that it is true and that it is real. And so I hope that as you continue on in this week, maybe you too don't understand certain parts of the resurrection. I certainly don't understand the science behind it or how it really happened, but I know that it did. Maybe you don't understand as well how Jesus could love us so much to do it. But I hope that you take this week to really know how loved you are, and how, despite the fact that we don't always understand things, that we have a faith that is strong and true in Jesus Christ. And that we are going to declare on Sunday together that Christ has risen, and he is risen indeed. I hope you have a powerful and moving Holy Week. I hope that you will join us for our Monday, Thursday service and Good Friday and for Easter, and that if you have the opportunity to be able to come for our Labyrinth walk. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'm so thankful to be a part of this church and this community of believers, especially this week. I'm thankful to be here, and I hope you are thankful to be joining us. We look forward to seeing you at Easter. We have an 8 a.m. service in the park that will be a contemporary service, and our traditional 11 a.m. service on Sunday. Have a wonderful week.